Hi guys, so I'm planning on showing you how I made this texture instead of going through step by step. So this is a procedural grass. So with this disorder, we can create an animation where the grass is swaying. So this disorder times is just basically how fast this disorder affects the grass. So this scale is how many grass is involved in the scene. You can also adjust it with these. So this is where we can make the thickness happen of the grass. So we can bring thick grass or really thin. So if we wanted, we could make it thin. We can bring the amount up and then bring the scale, and you can like mess with it and kind of have like, you know, longer grass. We can change the color. So the amount is basically it's this tile sampler, and it's the X and Y, and they share the same value. So as they go up, it will both go up together. So I'll bring this down, and then I'll bring the thickness of the grass up. So we got rotation, so we can rotate the grass a little bit. This timeline is the same as disorder, but yeah, I've left it in there. The color random is just to get more like darkness in the background. But yeah, so I'll explain how I made this texture now. So all right, I began with a disc and a pyramid. This pyramid has the grayscale I wanted, so I used this to basically cancel the shape, so it's not straight anymore, but I wanted it curved. So then I brought them into these two level nodes. So one is a lot larger than the other. I used that. I used this one into. I blended the gradient linear into here. So then it added the grayscale, and then I was able to subtract the middle, so it kind of gives the grass some thickness. I then brought them into 3 different nodes. They're all warps, so they all have their own different look as they're animating. This purling noise is what's warping everything. So this is just a disorder. This is the disorder which is animating everything and the timeline, and this is the disorder time, so it'll be a lot stronger if this is higher. So I then brought them, well, all 4, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 into a tile sampler, as you can see. So this tile sampler also has a mask input, and this mask input is what is this size part, which allows me to pick how many grass is going to be visible. So I also then wanted to crop this bottom part. So how I did that was I created a shape, transform, tiled off, and then I put it into the opacity. Before that though, we have these values. All they're doing is they're getting the disorder, and I'm moving the position of them slightly a little bit up. So this is connected to the swirl, and the swirl will basically go from the right over to the left. and yeah, that's the same here. So then when that's done, it will go into a warp, and this perler noise will just give all the grass a little bit of a warped look. So then I go over to the gradient and I blend a uniform color. That is so we can change the color on the go. And then with this blend, I'm just getting this and bring the levels and bring the whites to max so we can create an opacity. And yeah, we're left with this. So yeah, you can create this in any way you want and try and make it look how you like it. But yeah, also I'd like to mention is Python, how you can automatically export the animations out. So if I was to export this out, I would have to change this timeline to disorder, because this ID is here, and the folder path will be where you want to export to, and then you've got the file name you want to give it, and this is the file type you want. Before I carry on, actually, I need to mention that this is from someone else's video, and I will be leaving his video in the description so you can go and see how he really does it. He explains everything in depth, and it's great. So basically this min value is 0 and you've got a max value of 1. That is 0 here and 1 here. So by changing the frames, so this 0 to 1 is now 30 frames. If you want it to be a lot smoother, you could, let's say, bring it up to 100 and you'd have 100 pictures of the grass moving. So yeah, it's amazing, amazing bit of Python. So it's really worth figuring this out. So next, I'd like to show you the texture in Blender. So if I was to press play, you can see the grass is moving. It's only subtle, but you can obviously change this in Substance Designer. So to show you the grass itself, all you do is you bring the image in, and you place this to image sequence, and then how many frames you decided to export in Substance Designer. Let's say you had 30. You want to put it to 29 because 0 counts as 1. And then you want to click these two. And because in Substance Designer we did this part where we leveled everything to all the whites here, and then we placed it into the opacity, it means that we now have a transparent background. So that means that like you're able to use the alpha output into the alpha channel. To make the alpha channel work, you need to come to the material here, make sure you're on grass, well, whatever you call it, and if you come down to viewport display, settings, sorry. Yeah, under the viewport display, you'll find this blend mode, and if you put this to alpha hashed on both, this should become transparent so you can see it. Yeah, if this has helped anyone, like if you could leave a like and subscribe and a comment, it'd be great. Thanks guys. If you'd like to download the texture instead, you can find it on my Gumroad, link in description. And come follow me on these social medias. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment telling me what you think.